Hi everyone, my name is Kate. Welcome back to my wondernetting channel. Well, it's been a while since the last video, 3 weeks actually. That's because we've been in the middle of moving into a different country. And there is some big news, but I'll share it a little bit later. Right now I just want to say thank you for sticking with me, for being here with me, even after this little break. You're watching this video, I appreciate that. Before we dive in, today's video is going to be more like a vlog, chatty one, answering your questions. I'll be showing you our moving process, how we packed and where we ended up. So grab a cup of tea or coffee, something tasty to snack on, and let's spend this time together. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. I'll do my best to reply. Also, please give this video a like. This will help YouTube to remembering to share my video after this little break. Any interaction under this video really helps and means a lot to me. Okay, now let's jump back to about 3 weeks ago. Well, it's finally time to share the biggest news of this year here on my channel. I'm pregnant. A lot of you already know this if you follow me on my Instagram. That's why I always share the news first and only later it gets here on YouTube. Right now I'm 24 weeks pregnant. It's getting harder to hide my belly, so I'm wearing this blouse. Maybe you've already noticed it in my videos. I just want to say thank you for all of your sweet messages and congratulations this summer. I announced it on my Instagram on June 1st, and since then every day you send me so much love, so much warm messages. It really warms my heart. Thank you for every wish for our family. My husband and I are so happy, we can't wait to meet our baby. We already know a gender, but I won't tell you just yet, maybe in the next videos. So while I'm recording this video, I want to talk about our plans, what's next for this channel, answer questions that you asked me on my Instagram. So this video will be like podcast, maybe vlog, something like that. First, as you know, we are living in Vietnam now, and now we have to think about moving to another country. We really love living here, the life, the healthcare are good, but we don't have a Vietnamese citizenship, so we can stay here for a limited time on a visa. When it expires, we must leave the country, renew the visa, and come back to Vietnam. With a baby, this will be so hard, almost impossible. So we decided we need to move. We already chose a country, but I won't tell you yet. Why? Because we're not sure if we can stay there yet. There are so many little things we'll have to solve once we're there. The main thing is renting an apartment, and it's hard in that country. We need to prove our income and we need to pay a lot of money in advance for the apartment. And also we have a little time because I already 24 weeks pregnant and we don't have much time to find a place to live. If everything works out, I'll make another video and tell you how it went, but if it doesn't, I'll share with you what we'll do, because we have a plan B too, of course. But I really hope it all works out, so please keep your finger crossed for us, pray for us if you can. It means a lot to me now. So if you see fewer videos here on my channel this month or the next month, just know we are busy with moving and finding a home to live. In this video I also share with you something that I will sell, maybe give away or leave behind because of the moving. Sadly, we can't take everything, we'll travel just with 2 big suitcases. We are not that kind of people who carry the whole house with us, so we need to declutter. The hardest part for me, I'll probably need to leave a lot of yarn here. I can't take it all with me, also my wardrobe, it grew a lot this year, also my yarn tools, my yarn winders. I think it makes sense to tell you the full pregnancy story after our baby is born, but for now, here's a bit. We found out I was pregnant in early spring in March. From that moment, our lives changed completely. We had to think about our future, about moving, about baby's future. So all spring and half of summer, we were planning and thinking what to do next. My pregnancy is going well, and in the first trimester I had nausea, thankfully not too bad. I couldn't stand the smell of onions, garlic, fried foods, bell peppers and cucumbers. Luckily it's all gone now and my appetite is back. On Instagram I see daily messages, when will you make baby clothes? Trust me, once we know where we'll live, I start making baby things. I don't want to make a clothes now and keep moving them. It doesn't make sense yet, so I will do it in my last trimester. What about this channel? Don't worry, I'll keep making tutorials, vlogs, chatty videos, fun stuff, so this channel won't turn into only mom-friendly content. You'll still get tops, dresses, skirts, bags, everything you love. I'll add some baby patterns too, but not too many, not too often. After the baby comes, I'm not sure yet how often I will post. Of course, I will have less free time. I hope you will understand, and maybe the views will even grow because the videos will be more special. I also want to make more chatty videos like this one, maybe behind the scenes, some tips, something to talk about crochet or knitting. Talking videos are faster to film than big tutorials, so after the baby it will be easier for me to make these kinds of videos. You can expect at least one chatty video a month. Right now on my channel is mostly tutorials, so I hope you will like the new mix. Maybe I will do more vlog-style tutorials like I do now with voiceovers, maybe showing you more of my daily life, but still explaining everything in detail. Tell me in the comments what tutorials or maybe topics for the videos you want to see next on my channel, any baby ideas too, I'd love to know. I know many of you want a baby blanket tutorial, don't worry, it's coming. Also accessorizes, baby clothes, I'll do that too. As I mentioned, we spent a beautiful year and a half living in Vietnam. We truly fell in love with the city, the amazing food, the atmosphere, the friendly people, but this chapter is coming to a close and it's time to pack up and move on to a new country. I've got all my yarn machines here, my winders and all sorts of tools, and I need to figure out what to do with them. I also need to sort through this mountain of yarn chaos, decide what to keep and what to give away, so let's get started. How long did you live in Vietnam? We moved there from Poland and live in Vietnam for about a year and a half. Now we are getting ready to move again. In fact, by the time I'm recording this, we've already moved to our new country, Spain. I'll share more soon about how we chose this country and why we came here, but yes, we lived in Poland for a year and a half and then another year and a half in Vietnam. First up, I'm unpacking all the boxes. I've collected a lot of yarn over the past year and a half. I'll be donating a lot of it to charity or giving it to friends. I've got these bins full of yarn, so I'll be going through those as well. Some I'll take with me, some I'll give away. It's actually kind of overwhelming to see how much stuff we've accumulated. It's a little sad leaving it all behind, but it's also kind of liberating. Honestly, I didn't even remember half of what I had. Moving has reminded me just how much great stuff I was hiding in those boxes and how much I don't really need. So yes, my advice, declutter once in a while, it's really helpful. While I'm doing all this, I'll also be answering your questions from Instagram, and by the end of the video I'll pop back in with the talking head segment to update you what's next. Why did you leave Vietnam? Let me clarify why we left Vietnam. It wasn't because of poor healthcare. In fact, Vietnamese healthcare is amazing. I had a wonderful experience with doctors there. The clinics were clean, modern, and the service was top-notch. We left mainly because of the visa situation. We were staying on a temporary 90-day visa. Renewing it means leaving the country and re-entering, which would be complicated with a baby. It's not something I wanted to worry about every few months with a newborn. Also, both our families live far from Vietnam and it would be hard for them to visit the baby. Plus, Vietnam isn't the easiest place to get around with a stroller. The sidewalks are often blocked with motorbikes and you can mostly walk comfortably only along the beachfront. So we decided it wasn't the right place for us at this time. My husband really misses Vietnam, especially Da Nang, where we lived. We hope to go back someday. We also have to sell off a lot of furniture we bought here, shelves, chairs, kitchen stuff, everything has to go. When is your due date? My due date is October 29th, so we're very close. The baby will be either a Scorpio or a Libra, depending on whether it arrives earlier or later. How is your pregnancy going? Overall, my pregnancy is going really well and calmly. I feel great and the baby is doing great too. In the beginning, as I mentioned earlier, I had nausea, but now I feel completely fine. We are just waiting for the next ultrasound and slowly getting ready to meet our baby. Does pregnancy affect your ability to crochet? I don't think pregnancy affects my ability to crochet at all. I still crochet just like before. In the beginning, I didn't feel like doing anything that was due to nausea and fatigue, but now I'm back to normal. I know some people believe in superstition about not crocheting during pregnancy, but I don't believe in that at all. It's nonsense for me. I crochet calmly and without any worries. Have you started crocheting baby clothes yet? Can you share any tutorials? No, I haven't started crocheting baby clothes yet. As I mentioned, my due date is in late October, but starting in August, I plan to release some videos and tutorials on my YouTube channel. Most likely, the baby clothing tutorials will be knitted rather than crocheted, because knitted baby clothes are usually softer and more delicate for newborns. Crochet can feel a bit rough. I might make a few crochet tutorials too, but most will be probably knitting. And here it is, all my yarn from the past year and a half. As you can see, some of it's a brand new, some partially used. It's so hard to let it go. I threw out what was unusable, tiny leftovers or random pieces, and sorted the rest into two piles: new yarn with labels and used yarn. From the labeled batch, I'll keep some and the rest I'll give to my friends or charity. Is crochet your full-time job? What would you say to someone who wants to earn a living from it? Yes, blogging is my full-time job now, YouTube, Instagram, and selling my patterns. But to make a good living from it, you'll need to invest a lot of time. You won't be able to quit your job and immediately earn enough through blogging. It can take years before you're financially stable from it. My advice, ask yourself if you really want to do this, if you're ready to put in the time and accept low income at the beginning. It takes discipline and a clear vision of where you want to go. Break your goals into steps, first to reach 1,000 followers, then 2,000, then 5,000, etc. Don't be afraid to reach out to brands even as a small blogger. Start with the collaborations, maybe even barters, build a portfolio, and the paid offers will follow. Don't give up, but yes, it's harder than it looks. I also need to sort all my crochet hooks and tools, as you can see. Yeah, it's a mess. So here's another reminder, declutter at least once a year, ideally every 6 months. I went through all my hooks, some I had doubles of, especially from crochet sets. I picked out the ones I really use. Same with my knitting needles, some sizes I just don't enjoy using. Then there is the yarn winders. I'll take with me only one, and I-cord machine too. I'll be taking some yarn with me, but probably rewinding the big cones into smaller skeins. The full cone are just too heavy to pack. I also had to sort through all my content creation tools, tripods, cords, gadgets, a lot of stuff. Here are some bags I set aside for my friends, and here's a bin of stuff I'm tossing. Still a bit chaotic, but I'm getting there. And if yarn wasn't enough, what do I do with all the clothes I've accumulated over the past year and a half? I took everything out of the closet, made a massive mess, and started sorting. One pile to donate, one pile to keep, then I went through the keep pile again, because we are traveling with just 2 large suitcases. I really don't want to clutter up our new place like we did here, and yes, it's hard to let go of stuff, but it also feels freeing. Here we are, taking down my posters and my crocheted flowers from the wall. I don't know if I'll be putting flowers up in the new apartment or not. Everything we decided not to bring, clothes, yarn, shoes, we brought here. It's a second-hand store run by people with disabilities. They earn a living by selling donated goods. They were so happy to receive all the nice things we brought, and it felt great to give everything a second life. What we will miss the most about Vietnam? Definitely the weather, summer all the year long, beautiful flowers everywhere, and the cafes, stunning decor and absolutely gorgeous desserts. Just look at these desserts. In Europe it's rare to find places like that. Vietnam has its own unique aesthetic. We really loved it. Can you share the story of your crochet brand and your journey into business? If you watched my auto talking videos, you probably know that I started out with small entrepreneurship. I used to crochet to order, and in the very beginning I was actually making macrame. I sold my handmade pieces in my hometown, promoted myself through Instagram, and also gave in-person workshops, which also brought me income and exposure. Then my husband and I moved to another city and I switched fully to online. I kept promoting my work via Instagram, and eventually, when we moved to Europe, I decided to start a YouTube channel. I focused fully on creating content and promoting my crochet patterns and stopped selling finished products because they take a lot of time to make. Do you know how to sew and would you like to learn? Honestly, I do know how to sew with a sewing machine, but I've only tried very simple projects so far. I'd really love to learn more deeply, especially because I'm very into making cozy things like blankets or home decor items. I'm not super into sewing clothes for myself, but making handmade decor sounds really exciting for me. How to start designing patterns? I have a separate video on my channel where I explain in detail how I create patterns and design. You'll find the link to it in the top right corner of the screen. Be sure to check it out. I didn't even know my favorite creator speaks Russian. Was it hard to make content in English? Yes, at first it was really difficult, even though I had a decent foundation in English from school and university, but I wasn't confident in speaking. If you watch my first videos on this channel, you'll hear that I speak more slowly, with a clearly accent. I wasn't very confident at all. I used to write out my scripts ahead of time, then translate them into English and record my voiceovers that way. Now it's much easier. I still use a translator sometimes if I'm not sure about something, but I rarely script things fully anymore. Only for long talking videos like this one, just so I stay on track. I also watch a lot of English language series to improve my listening and speaking skills. This was our last beach day before the flight. The water is the warmest I've ever swum in. It's like milk and it's crystal clear too, although super salty if it gets into your eyes. Yikes! As I made it in this video, I've already missed Vietnam so much. Every country leaves its own mark on your heart, and Vietnam definitely holds a special place in ours. How are you feeling emotionally during pregnancy? Any mood swings? Emotionally, my pregnancy has been very stable. I didn't really experience any sudden mood swings. There were a few moments where I cried a lot, but they were connected to stressful decisions, especially choosing where to go after Vietnam. We had two options: returning to our hometown or move to Spain. The thought of returning to my hometown triggered some intense emotions, but that was it. I cried maybe 3 times during the whole pregnancy, and each time it was tied to making that big life decision. How do you feel about becoming a mom? It's such an interesting feeling. I've always admired babies and moms and imagined how I'd act with my own child or what I'd say to them. I think it comes from my personality. I love sharing wisdom and gently guiding others. Now that it's becoming real, I feel both excited and slightly scared. I understand my life is about to change completely. There's a clear before and after having a child. That freedom and lightness of life might disappear, but I know it's just a mindset. I have a good attitude overall. Having a baby feels like like a true step into adulthood. Not just living on your own or with a partner, but becoming responsible for another human being for many years to come. Will you teach your child Ukrainian? For those who don't know, I'm Ukrainian and my husband too, originally from Donetsk. I don't really want to get into politics on my channel, but I know language is a sensitive topic for many Ukrainians right now, so no, I don't plan to intentionally teach my child Ukrainian. If we stay in Spain, I don't think Ukrainian would be practically useful. I believe it's more important to teach my baby English, since it's international, and also Spanish, which is widely spoken and will be practical where we live. Russian will naturally be part of baby's life since my whole family speaks it, so while baby will know Ukrainian history and culture and where its roots are, I don't think baby will use the language day to day. Baby might understand Ukrainian and speak a little, but not fluently. Are you really Ukrainian? What's your husband's nationality? Yes, we both from Donetsk, Ukraine. We are both Ukrainian. Funny enough, some people thought I was American or European, maybe because of how I look, but yes, we're Ukrainian. And the only downside was the food at the grocery store, at least for us, not a lot of dairy products or breads, which we really missed, and familiar food, and not a lot familiar food for us. Milk was easy to find, but anyway, we got the apartment back to the way it was when we first rented it. Looks so empty now. Our suitcases are packed and we are headed to the airport. I'm wearing the comfiest clothes possible, hair tied back. We've got a long journey ahead, 12 to 15 hours of flying, and I'm 6 months pregnant. But don't worry, we had an ultrasound before flying and I got medical clearance to travel. Our road was Vietnam, Thailand, China, Madrid, Spain. Yep, it was a long trip. Did you make any friends in Vietnam? Yes, we made great friends. They are not Vietnamese but from Russia. A lovely couple found me through Instagram and we ended up meeting regularly for dinners and coffee. We really miss them now that we've moved. Unfortunately, we didn't make any local Vietnamese friends. How do you organize your time with crocheting, writing patterns, and posting content? Right now it's been a bit difficult because of our recent move. I had planned and filmed some content ahead of time, but I still fell behind, especially on Instagram and YouTube. I didn't have videos pre-recorded and packing took a lot of time. Now that we settled, I'm starting to build my schedule again. My YouTube schedule is usually one video a week, either Thursday or Friday. I write patterns seasonally, 2 per season. Feels manageable. The content revolves around my YouTube. I promote it on my Instagram by creating reels and showing behind the scenes or my everyday life in stories. That's how I structure things for now. Did you take any crochet courses? No, I never took full crochet courses. I did buy individual patterns here and there, but I mostly taught myself through YouTube and Pinterest, so yes, I'm self-taught, probably like many of you. We made it! Now we're in Madrid, but still need to travel to Oviedo. Why Spain? The climate, the lifestyle, and a huge reason. Our baby can get Spanish citizenship by birth. That was a major deciding factor. We also love the nature, the food, the architecture. We watched so many videos about Spain, plus there's a large Ukrainian and Russian-speaking community here, so we'll have some support while we ease into the culture and start learning the language. We plan to stay for a few years, so yes, we'll definitely be learning Spanish. I honestly really love Spain. I've always been drawn to European aesthetic and European cities in general. Vietnam had its charm, its own vibe, and I loved it, but I feel more comfortable in day-to-day life here in Europe. Of course, Vietnam had some amazing advantages that Europe doesn't. But here I'm enjoying the variety of food I'm used to, exploring beautiful grocery stores and just walking around soaking up the stunning architecture. We are currently in Oviedo and next up is finding an apartment, which has been one of the hardest part. Why? Spain has this issue called ocupas, basically squatters who take over properties illegally and can't be easily evicted. It's wild and landlords are understandably cautious. They usually ask for permanent work contracts and proof of stable income. We can show our income, but we are freelancers. I'm a blogger, my husband is an indie developer. We don't have a traditional Spanish work contract. We've been rejected for a few places because of that. Even though we offered to pay several months in advance to show we are reliable, it's been tough. Our plan B, if we couldn't find a place by August 15, why August 15? Because after that date, it will be undesirable to fly by plane in my pregnancy condition. So the plan B, if we couldn't find a place by August 15, was to return to our hometown Donetsk. We still own an apartment there, but it's not a real option. There's a war going on, water is rationed, you get it once every 3 days, and it would be extremely hard with a baby. It's just not livable right now. So yeah, emotionally that would be really hard. I had a few breakdowns during pregnancy because of this decision, because of this plan B. There were moments we thought we'd have to go back, but deep down I knew I couldn't do that. Thankfully, we found an apartment, not in Oviedo as we hoped, but in Gijón, a city by the Atlantic Ocean. It's got a completely different vibe, more useful, which suits us as a young family. Now that we secured housing, we can finally start planning our future here and the future of our baby. Do you like where you live now? Yes, we do. We are living in a small apartment in Gijón, Spain, and it's perfect for this first stage with the baby. We arrived during the high season, so it was tough to find something affordable, but we are happy with our choice. We originally looked at Oviedo, but this apartment in Gijón popped up and we said yes. The ocean is nearby, which feels familiar since we lived near the sea in Vietnam too. We've already made the space cozy and clean, although I still want to add more homey touches. Maybe we'll move to a bigger place later on, but for now it feels lovely here. We're still exploring the city and seeing if this is where we'll stay, or maybe we'll move to Oviedo or even the south of Spain. That alone gives me so much peace. I'm so thankful we took this risk to come to Spain first, even without guarantees. Otherwise, we'd always be wondering, what if? So here's my message to you. If you get a chance to try something new, go for it. Even if it doesn't work out, at least you'll know you tried. Don't let fear stop you. Take the risk. The experience alone is worth it. I'm incredibly grateful to my husband for supporting me and going along with this crazy adventure, especially with a pregnant wife moving countries at 6 months. So the new season in Spain officially begins. Expect more vlogs on the channel along with my usual crochet tutorials. I'll be mixing in some lifestyle content about living in Europe, motherhood, and of course crochet and knitting. All the things I love and I want to share with you. And hey, check out my Instagram. I've either just posted or will soon post our gender reveal. You can also vote in a fun little reel guessing if it's a boy or a girl. I'll be so happy to read your comments and see your messages. Thank you for your kind words, for your support, for your lovely words. Especially if you watched this video till the end, I really appreciate you. And we'll see you in the next video next week. See you all. Bye, kitties.